Alright guys, welcome to the video where you can use your image, the image you made, the image you remove the background on from Photoshop, where you can turn it into like a promo. You can use this picture to do opening for your social media page or your website. The program we'll be using is After Effects, and please, as I usually say, pay close attention. Forget about your phone for now. Make you leave your phone. Come focus on this one. It's simple, but if you don't focus, it will be tough. So I'll load my After Effects. Welcome to After Effects. If you are new to After Effects, the interface is as simple as this. If you have some formal work to open up this way, go to recent file you've used. If you have any recent file, I have some, but this video is for beginners, real beginners, and yes, some other people can learn. If you're advanced, you can learn from it. While we move on, as your interface is going to be, it will be something like this. This will appear. We can quickly do new here or open a project you can't find in the list. But if your project is on the list, yes, you can go ahead. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to just try to close this. Close. Good. Fine. New project. I'm going to close. I'm going to stay here. New composition. Fine. New composition from footage. Not too bad too, but we are not going to do any of this. We're going to go straight to File, New project. Step 1, new project opens up. Check the tools. The tools are up here. Get used to the interface. The timeline is down here. Your stage is here, just like Adobe Animate. And other panels are here. Effect, character, library. Character is simply text. You'll be using something here, so pay close attention. Check this bar. Check it. You have something here that says create a new composition. Here and here are the same. But if you can't find this at all, please, your menu, which is primarily the best way to look for things on any program. I've said that with that number. You can see here, you can come to composition and do the same thing, new composition. We are done explaining the interface, because you will be learning the interface as you advance. So I want to just teach you, then as we go. So primarily what we need is this, or come to new composition from the menu, and you can do new composition. So this is new composition, this is new composition. That is what you need now. But before we go into that, let's bring in our picture. So you will be bringing in materials into Adobe After Effects. You must bring in material that you will use, then you can create some. But for now, the picture we remove the background on, we need to bring it in. So we go to File, go to Import, go to File again, then you look for the picture. Where did you save it? So when we were doing it, I told you guys, make sure you know where you save these things. You must know. If you don't know, there's a problem. You can see mine. This is it, and this is what I need. I just need this. I'll say import. Is there. Now my new composition, I can click on this guy, come to, most of the time you'll be using this HDTV 1080 25. For some reasons, the program do update and the versions are different. So your version might not have HD TV. It might just be HD. But check here. So far you have width 1920 pixels, height 1080 pixels. You have this as frame rate 25. There are other frame rate there, but stay 25. Leave resolution alone, leave start time code alone. Duration important. Whatever you want to do, you know the duration. This I'm going to make it like, I'm going to leave it at 15. I'll leave it at 15. So if I need to cut it, I'll cut it, but I'll leave it at 15. And everything looks good. Everything looks good now. I can title my composition from here. I can title it like this one is, I will say an opener. Opener or breaker, but this is an opener. It opens a program. It opens a new video. A topic. Maybe you are talking about trees, or you are talking about any topic. You can put the topic at the, so people can see. You see the title at the opening page, and as the video moves on, you can transit to your story. So I'll just say opener. I will say dash. I'll say Ade. I'll say 4. I've done like quite a bit. So I'll say okay, and it goes like that. On Adobe Animate, our zoom for the page is somewhere here. Our zoom for the stage is somewhere here. But for After Effects, it's here. So in fact, it's already fit up to 100. So this is everything. If you zoom to, let's say, this, you can see, it zooms out too far. 100 up to 100%. Almost every time you do that, because if you stretch, adjust your interface, it stays just the same size, and you can see everything you are doing. It's very important that before you start, you see everything you're doing. After that, all we need to do now is start to bring in our objects or our materials or our footage, whichever you want to call it. Click and drag, drop. It's already there. You can use the wheel of this mouse. I used to say it. When I need mouse, so you need mouse. If you don't have mouse, please go and get a mouse, or else you'll find it difficult to actually manipulate this program or to enjoy this program. So I'm going to feedback. I can see everything. Now I want to scale it down and position it properly. So watch closely. You are doing animation, and most of the time animation is about movement, which is position. And movement, could change, maybe in size too, which is scale. And you could rotate. All these things are what gives animation its basic name. You animate, you move things around, move things. Nothing static. It's movement. So to do the movement scale first, you open this arrow up, open, you can see transform, and that is it. Animation in another way, or animation in another word, is to transform an object. Transform. and some require, position. You can see scale, rotation, some opacity. Please call it the way you want, but that is the spelling. And you have anchor point. Your anchor point here, it's, if you click on it, you can adjust it, but this is it at the center here. I'm not going to go deep into that. Let's just do scaling. Scale it down. Position, you can see you can position like this, you can position like that, or you click and drag and position it. I'll position this somewhere somewhere like this, because I want the shoulder to go off. Good. And if you're going to be doing video, it's almost the same procedure. Just watch, then I can start to save. Immediately after doing one task, please save. Control S, or forget save as for now, just this. The first time save, I'm going to do After Effects. I'm going to do the same name here, opener underscore Ade 4. Save. We are done, positioning the picture. It's looking nice. To the proportion of the page looking nice, I need a space here because I want to type name and every other thing. So I'm going to come to text. Text is here. I'm going to click, just click, then come to the page, click. I hope you understand that. Let me undo. This is selection tool. You can see your hand tool, you can see zoom tool, rotation, the object, rectangle tool. Now here under your rectangle tool, if you hold it, click and hold, you see other tools, oval tool that you see no on Adobe Animate. Here you can see it's ellipse tool. That is it. You can see rounded rectangle tool. All this very useful, but for now what we want to use is you can see your pen tool. Your pen tool see contains all its family. All we want to do is, okay, let me undo. When you make mistake, please undo, Ctrl Z. And other tools are there, but for now focus on text. Please, for the sake of learning, follow these steps judiciously. Don't do too much, just do what is required and learn it first, because using tool and mastering that same tool will help you to master other tools. But if you don't even master one, you can't even do the rest. So then click on almost the position where you want text to be. Click, then type. So I'll do the molar enter dash 3. Every time you type, you go back to selection tool, so you can click and drag and position. And if your character appears like this, or your panel appears like this, or your panel appears like your panels appear like this, to change the character, that's the font or typeface that you really love, if you have preference, yes, you can come to character. It gives you that. Paragraph is the alignment. You align right, left, center, and all that. But I want to align this. It's good to align on the left side. Then character, I can choose, you can see the property. So all here, I can change the character through here, let's say Kelly, whatever. And this looks okay. But I think I will still stay. Let me see something like this. This looks okay. This is the size of the font. You can click and drag, just click and drag, or open this arrow down one, select the one that makes sense in proportion of the space. In proportion of this space, I can click and drag and increase it a bit. I think I want it to be this much, and I can bring it down here. I'll bring it down here. And as I'm working, please continue to save or Ctrl S. Ctrl S on your keyboard, or go to file, click. I think I like this the way it is. That one is that you can, if you remember, the way I created this is click on the text tool and click. Now I want to do a paragraphic text that is much. I have a file, so you don't need to type it. I have a file that has text, so I can load that file. I think I have my resume. Yeah, I can take this. Yeah, I want this text. I can copy it. Copy text. Watch, it's not just click, it's click and drag like that and paste. Imagine you can't see most of what I've pasted, but everything is inside. Just believe. All you need to do now is go back to selection tool, then go and reduce the font size. I can reduce it, let me say 18. You see, then adjust every other thing, like this part that is the leading, I can make it auto. I've worked on it before. You see, make it auto. You can see the tracking, that's the space in between the text. I can make it 0. You see what? If you are just loading After Effects, it will work this way. To see what you are doing properly, like now, we need to really talk about something. You need to be careful of your cap lock. If your cap lock is on, you won't be able to do much. So watch your keyboard properly. If your cap lock is locked, you won't be able to see what you are doing. I can click, I'm working, but I can't really see everything. Once this bar comes red, you can read it. Just read the instruction there. Can you see? Say refresh disabled. In brackets, release cap lock to refresh view. So you understand? Please pay close attention to that. Then the quality of the view, it now depends on your system. I'm using Quarter. This application eats up the resources of your system. You can see it now. You can see what I'm working on, but most of the time it's better to stay in Quarter, but you won't be able to read. That's why at times everybody thinks you just come to a program and use it for everything you want to do. No. Whenever you want to do stuff like this, you need a script. And a script is generated from Microsoft Word or Google Doc. You need to type. You need to know how to type. You need to know how to generate text. So Microsoft Word, you can see, is here already. I use it to type because you need scripts. So like I'm using this from my resume. Okay, so you need to type. Let me go full, then edit properly. So I can scale. See, if you scale, you see what happens to it. But I don't need to scale this way. Undo. When you want to scale it, first double click so this anchor can come up, then you can reposition the text. Let's position the text first right under here, and this one comes in like this. And I want the text to be something like this, and I want it to be still a little bit bigger, so I can come back to selection to make this, so it is 18, make it like 24. Yes, then double click on it again to enable the anchor. Increase here a bit, and I'll leave it this way. So let me see everything here. Let me position this here right now, and this on that, like that. Okay, I'll save, and I think we are good for now. We are good. I can put background. I'm not selecting any layer. Be careful when you want to put background, make sure you're not selecting any layer. Just click outside. You can click outside here, you can click outside here, you can click outside. Make sure nothing is selected. Your rectangle tool, all you need is double click. Double click, it creates a layer for shape, for rectangle. You can just click, drag, take behind, and it's okay like that. Change the color is to change the color. The color is up here. I hope we are looking. This is the background and the color is here. To change the color, the property is here. Watch again. If you click outside, no property. If you click your picture, no property. If you click text, no property. But watch, if you click shape, property appears. Always pay attention, be observant. So click on that. You can change the colors here. All I need is just to make this a radial gradient. I use linear last, but I'm going to use radial now. If you have been following on Adobe Animate, this is just like, so I'm going to make, let me make this one lesser red and make this a darker red, and adjust it down and do okay. But if you look closely, the light red is not showing, but is there. So you can blind the picture, see the eye. So this way now I'm taking you around the interface. I'm not going to do it at once. I'm going to do it as the work progresses, so you can learn. And that's what we call learning on the job. So I will blind the picture, and you can see there's just a little gradient there, and you can see the arrow, this line you see here. Meanwhile, if you want to adjust the screen, you hold your space bar, and click and drag. You can adjust, position your screen. It's simply positioning the screen. It doesn't affect your work, but it affects your workflow greatly. As I say, you need to know how to zoom in properly to adjust things, then zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. This layer looks okay, looks clean. So all we need to do, grab that node, grab it, click, hold and drag to expand the gradient. With this, I think I'm good. You can open your face up. Yeah, can leave this way. This looking okay already. E don dey fine, e dey shake, e dey. Oya, let's go. Save. Save. All I want us to do now is to animate. Just watch. Most of the screen, you don't allow them to open just this way. So you can go, you know our frame rate. Our frame rate is 25. And it's somewhere here. You can read it. See? It's 25.00 FPS. Frame per second. That's frame rate. Frame per second. FPS. Frames per second. And we are on 0. But go to 10. Yes. Go to 10. 10 frame. So all you need to do, 10. Bam. From 10, hold your picture. Click on picture. So that will come in first. Picture. Go to effect. Effect and presets. Effect and preset. Load it. In here, type bounce. Bounce. When you see bounce, then we can look at some things here and say, let me explain. Oh, these are effects and presets. They are animated effects and presets. Animated, programmed. Just like you know AI. We've been using AI before AI started, you know. Because this program, if they tell you how long this program has been, you will be shocked. All you can say, I just search like Google. All we do then, all this one that is behavior that is on its own, this affects your image, objects. This that is text affect, and you can see text has more affects your text. If you apply this to images, it won't work. But anyone that is standing on its own, yes. So I'm going to take this guy and double click. Just double click. I'm selecting image. I'm on frame 10. You can see even if I click here, it doesn't change anything. Unlike Adobe Animate, if you go here and click, it changes your frame to that part, your frame position to that part. But no, here just position your playhead somewhere and it stays there and you can walk. You know, we've done our layout. This is the layout. Take scale bounce and double click. Please be careful. I will go back to quarter because I want to finish this work on time. I'll leave it that way. It will be bouncing. It will be bouncing. And I will leave it this way. But as I said, the 10 that we are in, I'm going to just trim everything to 10 like that. So from the beginning, nothing appears. But from 10, it appears. You see what I did there? You stay on 10, go with my mouse. Once go with my mouse, get to the beginning, and the arrow, this arrow that appears shows I can click and drag inside. Okay, click and drag and get to the time indicator playhead. This line here. Anyway it stays, that's the frame you are currently, that's your current frame. So our current frame that we really want to stay is 10. Yes. save, and you are okay. The next one is the text. The text, you don't even need to move them, just leave them the way they are. You don't need to move them on the timeline. You don't need to adjust them on the layer. Leave them the way they are. Just select. After the picture comes in, what comes in next is your name. This, I can make this come on 15. What I want there now, I think I want a 3D. I just put 3D behind camera, and this is it. 3D fly. Okay, so 3D fly, and it has how many? It has just 3. 1, 2, 3. So I need this behind camera. This, double click. See, you can go back and press play. It takes time. It plays, bam, and see, it start the play from beginning, that, and ends. Immediately it ends, that's when you need to now animate this text to come in. You see that you don't need to do much, but you need to pay close attention. So you now put your play head where the N, the last letter, or you know your name, the last letter. I think as the last letter is coming in like this, you can stay somewhere here and let this start to come in. I will use the same. At times it's just good to use almost the same effects. I'll use the same. As that one is landing, you see, as that one is landing, and that's all for now. You open this way. It takes time to load, though, just watch. But once it loads, there is no going back, because it's pre-rendering. It's doing preview rendering for you. That's where you can see the green bar loading. You can wait for it to load. We have that now, so please. You can see it. The next thing is now to add some natural effects, some maybe glow, but I would just want us to add like a droppings, like snow effects. All you need to do for that is still go back to your rectangle tool, double click on it. It was red before, so it will be red now. Red with gradient. I can even increase the gradient from here, so, and change the color to like maybe bluish. Yeah, then maybe this one green, right, like real green. I can do this maybe a brighter blue and say okay. And if it's there, yeah, fine. I can come to the beginning. Please always save at interval. Every time you actually do something major, or you drop an object, please save. So this, watch, all we want to do now is come to effect and preset again and type snow. Then it can come and see simulations. Watch, you can see that this is for text. You can see text, graphical text. Simulation, this is for objects. grab it. You can grab and drop here. It will work. I undo. You can double click on it, but make sure you selected a layer. If you are not selecting the layer, you are doing it wrong. The best, select the layer, look for the effect you want, double click, it will appear right here on the screen. And that effect panel, this panel is important for you to really be observant of, pay attention to. It's just to set it up. First, you can see here, say composite with original is original. You can open it over. Composite with original, you can uncheck that. Can you see? Then I can play. Let's just play and see how it goes. You can see how it's falling. To me, it's too tiny and it's too much. So you can stop there. You can stop. The flakes, make it like 1000. So 10,000. The size, I can make it 12. I can make it 12. Just for it to be big. Then reduce is 100. Let's make it like, it's 1000. Let me like 300. I think we have enough. And play. This way, it takes time, but yeah. You see the way it is. You need a system that is capable of this program. A system that has the capability to run this program. If you don't have a Core i7 with a minimum of 16 gig memory, this will be difficult for your system to run. So you can see the way it is, and this will loop. It will loop every time. I think before we go, let me add a square to somewhere, or a star. Let me add a star. We've done too much of plain object. Let's do something. So I click and hold, it loads. I'll take star. I'm going to hold shift, but be careful, you are not on any layer. If you're on any layer, it will create another effect. Make sure you are not on any layer, like you are not on this, you are not on this, you are not on this, you are not on this. Nothing is selected. Just select outside. Stay on the timeline. Don't come to the stage, because anything you click on this stage with this, if you click here, it will drop it. It has dropped it somewhere, but you won't know. So undo. I'll strongly advise, always go to selection tool every time you are done. Then click outside, click anywhere, make sure nothing is selected. Take the tool. Where do you want to put it? It's good to go to the end of the frame.
See all your composition.
See all your objects. See, I can see all like this, so I can drop it somewhere here. Let me just drop the star here. Hold shift. I'm holding shift so that it can be a perfect star, perfect shape, like that. If I'm not holding shift, watch. If I'm not holding shift and I draw, it will tend to reshape itself. and I don't want. I just want it to stay as a star like that, like this. You can see it's standing straight, it's upright, it's not bending, it's not turning. That is so like that. Like this, yes. Come back to selection tool, then I can position it. Position it. Let me position it somewhere here. Going just this. Then I want to remove the fill and put outline, stroke, this stroke. I told you object, the properties are up here. Shapes and all that. So the fill, go to fill, that's the fill as a text. This fill as a text is a command or is a setting. This fill as a color is a setting. So you have to know what you are clicking on. This fill, none, okay, stroke, stroke, solid color, gradient, linear, gradient, gradient, radial, gradient. So I can go, let me go linear. Okay. See what I've done. I did this earlier, so it still continues that way, and I'm going to leave it. So if I want to change the color, adjust the color, just click on the color, and I have this. I can, let me just expand this more so the white flows. And I think I like what I'm saying here. I like what I'm saying. I don't need to, if I want many of these stars, I don't need to do much. I can work on one, then copy and paste and position and resize. So I will rather just leave it, then come back here, close the content so I can see other part of the timeline and the layers. That way, this I want it to start after the old text, somewhere there and somewhere at this junction here. I can come in here and say, let me say rotate, come down, let me see, rotate over time. Yeah, double click and see it's rotating over time, rotating over time, rotating over time. Let's go to the beginning. Play. You can see rotating over time, rotating over time. So what I want to do again is to copy and paste this, then change the position, to somewhere here, change the position to somewhere, let's put it up here, then bring it behind this one, bring it down to the behind of the text. Let it cover the picture but not the text because it's coming that way. Then reduce it, scale, open, transform, scale it, can bring it into the page more. You can see I'm dragging here and here is moving. Just continue this way. We're going to do another explanation later. So let me put it somewhere here. Yes. You can use any object that appeals to you. So this way you can see what we are. And you can change the color. Let me close all this up so I can see everything, on the timeline. Just this arrow. So everything. If you want to open them up, it's the same. You want to open this property, so you can do some settings. But for now, anything I didn't actually touch, don't touch for now. You progress. Learn this first. Once you learn this procedure, the rest now simple thing, hard. So I'm going to stay somewhere here and see how to, quickly, if you want to change the color of your snow. This is the snow layer. This way you can see you need to start to rename your layers. Just right click, rename. This is your snow. This is the big star. So I'll say star 1, or for better understanding, big star. This one, right click, rename, small star. For me, I would have said big star, star 1, star 2, star, because they can be like 20. Can have like 999, layers, and you have to identify everything. You can see this one is already your name. This guy is the background. Right click, rename, background. You rename everything, and you can see that the text takes its content as name. Majorly pay attention the icons. You would notice icons that the layer takes. T, is text. The star, is object. As object created on After Effects. Object imported are usually like this. Save. So the snow, you can select it from here. You can select it from here. Anywhere but don't click any other thing I did not click. You will mess things up. And to go back, fine. If you can remember, just do undo, Ctrl Z, and you are okay. To change the color of the snow, you might want to make it white. So if I want to do that, I don't just copy, don't completely change things. It's not proper. It's not proper to completely just delete something or change. This program gives you room to copy and paste. Then you can disable one, enable one. So you won't have to do work. You've done work for like 30 minutes, you now delete everything. You start to no. When you've done work, even if you've done work for like 1 minute, it's a lot of work. You can save. Just copy and paste. On the layer, copy, paste. You have double 1, 2. So you can see snow 2. See why I say big star 1, star 1. So you can know, okay, this is your snow, the original snow. You can blind it, disable. Blind it, but it's there. It won't render it, but you can always go back to it. Please stop deleting. So from here I can click on the setting of the color. Just make the color, I don't even need gradient, I just need pure white. So I can come to fill and say solid. I don't need solid white, and the solid here is still red. So go to white and click OK, and you can see it's white. Let's zoom in. You understand the way I did it? Fill, come to solid color, leave all the settings the way they are. Then the color itself, it was, it was gradient before, no more gradient. So it's now solid. Click, you can change it to any color of your choice. I just want white, and I think I want something in between ochre and just light yellow. I can leave it this way and save, and I know it will play. So now that everything is looking like this, please, the next thing is to render. That is file, export, add to render queue. Good. Add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. That is what I'm looking for. But if you don't have this, you can use this. So I'm going straight to add to. I want to turn it to MP4 straight. If you load the project on encoder, then you can choose the settings you want. Yes, it's done. I have this preset, but I will advise you go to high quality 1080p HD output file location. That is the location of your file. Always set a location. Always set a location. Always. I have After Effects, then I have rendered. This is where I'm going to put it. Every time my render works out is in rendered. If I need it on Premiere Pro, I go to Premiere Pro, I go to render, and I pull out the file. But we'll get there. So do save and play. Start queue. It render takes time, but yes, it will work. This is what I will usually do, but for some reason I know some of you guys don't have encoder, and I want your work to move on. So I will show you another part, and that's the second part, render to queue. So it's rendering, and while it's rendering you can continue to work. You can do another work here, but your system must be strong. That means you are using Core i7, like 64 gigabytes of memory, not 16 gig, not 32. Maybe 32 gig will work, but 64 is recommended. So as I said, my recommendation is export, go to add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. But if you don't have that yet, you can use add to render queue, which goes this way. Once you click this, its setting is right on After Effects, and all you have here is this. You don't need to do much. Just you choose high quality, you say high quality, if you have. If you don't have, use less. Or I have high quality, I'll choose high quality. I'll go straight to here and say comp and output module name. Let's see, let's do that. Go to render again. See, are you clear? Then you can click render. This will take time, but it's going. And it will give a sound. It will give a sound. Just know once that sound comes alive, it's done. You can go and check your file and play. Yes, that sound. So you go to where you must have probably saved. For me, I will quickly come to quick access. Quick access should have something like this. So you can right click, open in location, and you can see your file. This is the file we created, like that. This is the file we created, and it's okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.